Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. As supply chains clear up, our action figure pre-orders are arriving in droves and killing our wallets. Is there anything we can do about it? Well, we'll talk about that and more tonight on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, is my good friend John. Did I get you there?
You did. You didn't tell me about Tiger King.
Yes, yeah. I felt like it connected to the main topic of tonight, the pre-order madness. Pre-order panic.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Not that I want to give him any type of extra attention than he's already gotten, but there is just some things that I think still work for everybody. Okay, all right. Happy to be here tonight with you, John. Even though we actually met earlier today, we'll talk about it a little bit later when we talk about what we're talking about in After Dark. There's a lot of talking about. But let's say hello to the chat. It is hopping as always. Even though we got a new family member, I gotta make sure I plus them in. We got Nelson A here, Frankie, Michael, Cobweb, Shiny Plastic People, Migo, Hulk, Drifter, Comic is here. Thundercats, Angel, Aaron, Ralph, Beast Mode, Toy Geekosaurus, Automaton is here. We even got Shiny Plastic People, Bean, Snot Lips, Cardboard Galaxy, Josh Ruth, Hung Wen is in the house. Doomed, Chris Mori, Totally Rad Dad, Studio Henge, 8-Bit, Roberto Colon is here, Jace97, BCG, Cosplay. He sent a real replica of the Ghostbusters patch, like a movie accurate one to me. I'm super thankful for that.
Oh, nice.
Mike Girolico is here. Let's see, Space Cowboy, Comics, Toy Art, Phineas Bog, and Nick Dillinger, Punk with Toys, Andy Silva, Stanley's Toy Channel, Raymond Nolasco, Leonard Peaton, Rick Capabianco, The Gabon, Doralaxian, Brandon 3G, Jack Knight is in the house, Chuck Buckley, Derek, Tony Taylor, Happy Butters Blast, Stanley's Toy Channel, Randall, Dare, Thanos, any more here? We got T-Glow, Cowabungadoo, Mr. Home Arcade, Riley Bob is in the house. Daredevil is Daredevil. He's one of my favorites. And so many more. Thank you, everybody. Sup, peeps. KJ Smith is in the house. Highly articulated. Joy Curell. Woo, John. It's a packed house already. Very quickly tonight. It's very packed. Oh, BTG. Where's BTG? I saw him for a second. So many people. Dartherian, Garyan, A. Troy. Woo! All right, thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Oh, where's the family member? I saw it's like I have like a notification.
Was it Michael
There
Miller?
is Michael Miller. Welcome to the GDL family. Where is it at here?
I got family.
You got family with the GDL family. Randall Lorian, Captain K. So many familiar faces. Thank you everybody for coming to hang out with us to talk toys tonight. John, not gigantic news. I honestly think the Father Christmas is pretty good news. But I don't think it's kind of they sent out or review samples or something, but fantastic toy channels like Toy Bro and stuff like that. I've already like done in-hand reviews of them. There's maybe not as much to speculate or anything like that, but we'll definitely talk about it. But in terms of the lead story tonight, this is something it's been kind of rumbling for at least a little while now, as so many things. And I put Hasbro as the lead here, but there's a lot of things hitting right now. I think Hasbro is maybe the one that maybe we're feeling the most if you have a lot of Hasbro orders. The reason I picked the Tiger King as the representative of that is Chaz, the guru, who does parody stuff about toys. He did this one. That was pretty funny. Me, because this is like when I joke about Future J, right? Or we pre-order. I got plenty of time. So me, I should be good. Most of my pre-orders don't ship for months. My pre-orders. Guess what, mother truckers? So this is happening for a lot of different reasons. There was an article in the Washington Post just about how, what all the backup delays in terms of the supply chain, like, cargoes costing $20,000 over down to 1,000 or a million or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Either way, stuff's starting to come in. The clogged backed upness of the pandemic is clearing out, which means stuff that maybe Hasbro and other companies thought were going to be, being safe a year out,
Mhm.
maybe arriving a lot quicker. And because of that, people's accounts are hitting hard. Like I've heard a lot of those GI Joe things, John. And as a fun employed person, it hits a little bit harder. But John, thoughts here on this, because I have two sides of it, and I want to hear your thought here. One, nobody's doing this maliciously. I don't think any toy company is just like, we got them right where we want them. We're gonna hit them with every single pre-order ever. I think it is a byproduct of the supply chains kind of clearing out and kind of getting back to normal, which is a good thing when we're worried about inflation and stuff like that. And so on the other hand too, it's like, well, we complain if it takes too long. We complain if it's coming too quick. Just be thankful we're getting toys. That's my thoughts here, John. What's your angle here?
Yeah, I'm in the same mindset with this. Is yes, it's nice that we are getting the toys. It's nice that they're finally coming. But there really is no really good heads up, other than finding out like, oh, I saw that person got theirs. So chances are mine's coming. Get my bank account in order.
Yes.
Because, figures like the classified Tomax and Zaymon. Like when we first saw those in or not even in renders, when we saw like the first, like hard copies, and it was like June 2023.
Yeah.
That's and they've been out for like a month and a half. And today I saw that somebody found Zorana in the wild.
Yeah.
And that was like, she was further out than them. I mean, it's nice. We kind of, we had a few episodes back, we did talk about this major backlog of, Hasbro specifically trying to fill in all this time by, okay, there's 50 figures of classifieds that we've seen renders for or pre-orders, and then they're adding on top of that with these pipeline reveals where we're just seeing things by name. At the rate that things are shipping, are they I don't want to jinx it, but at the rate that things are shipping, will they have this big time gap between, these what's coming, like what's been announced so far, as far as like everything that's like had an actual hard copy that we've seen, to between that and the pipeline reveals that we haven't seen at all other than just by name. So will this create a big gap of nothing?
Maybe.
Because I mean, things are shipping super fast, really fast.
Absolutely. And it is first world problems. Honestly, this show is like 99.9% first world problems.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. That's all we do.
Nobody needs toys. The end. But they bring us joy, and we're fortunate enough to be able to buy them. Absolutely. And then also, like, I think just in general, I'd rather, err on the side of not complaining than the other side of it. But it is a thing that is affecting toy collectors, right? I think. And Soulcraft, I kind of agree with this take here. I could use the break. Last month was expensive.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be a bit of a boom or bust. Like, so we're this month when things that we thought weren't going to ship until June are hitting the pocketbook.
Yep.
It hurts now, but maybe we'll have a little bit of time to breathe.
But will we? Because this got me thinking, all right, so all these pre-orders from Star Wars, Black Series, Vintage Collection, G.I. Joe Classifieds, all this stuff is just, it's showing up at your doorstep, whether or not you if you bought it and paid for it, or if you pre-ordered it and did a charge when it ships kind of system,
Yes.
one or the other. But then there's these other lines that are going to start shipping. The
Mhm.
Indie Retro, the Indie 6-inch,
Yep.
the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. So aside from everything that everybody collects already, there's
Mhm.
also a glut of new lines, to add to your monthly spending if you are
It's
choosing
true.
to go that road.
It's true. No, it's a
And
good point.
and
It's
and they could, and honestly, that stuff can ship tomorrow. Everybody could get charged for that tomorrow, and we have no
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah, that's a good point. Um, because, yeah, Canada's getting Zorana Wave.
Mhm.
I believe I also saw, I think it was in Chaz as well. Let me pull it up here. The Tiger Force
Yep.
um is hitting, was it France? Or these showed up in France.
Mhm.
So, they're inbound and they're inbound fast. And I think design in case here, let me plus this one in. G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends have no pause in sight, right?
Right. Mhm.
Um, let's see. There's frustration as it just shows how unreliable estimated release dates are. Absolutely.
Yep.
Don't. Well, it's almost actually. Let's put a pin in that where John. I feel like maybe maybe I mentioned. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the intro or not. It was in my head, but what's the solution? To me, the pin I want to put in is that maybe we just stop pre-ordering and we just wait till we find them. But let's just put a pin in that. Let's end on that. And Michael Traverse, tell me about it. GDL Patreon is already invoicing for Q3 2023. This is a joke. Yes, thank you. But yeah, Indiana Jones line. There's inbox images of Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Um,
That club, it's Club Obi-Wan, right?
of Obi-Wan.
So that is a Target exclusive apparently.
Yeah, I think
And it's
I just saw that on Toy News. I think came from Yak Face.
Yak Face it's in the wild.
Yeah,
It's
which
it's being
again, I
found.
think they were saying, was it April or something? It was like late spring.
Mhm.
Um, which again, I'm really excited for this Club Obi-Wan.
Yep.
I don't know about you, John. Like, and Ralph can't get upset because we already talked about these screens. But did you watch the Indiana Jones trailer?
I did. Yep. I am excited for it. I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt,
Mm-hmm.
not listen to any of the online rumors and hate.
Wait, is there already
And
rumors and hate on the new Indiana Jones?
oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Well, we had a good time on Screen Geeks this week. There was no hate whatsoever. But yeah, so I'm even. We just rewatched the 1 and 3 as a family. Watched the trailer, so I'm in an Indiana Jones mindset. So Club Obi-Wan, which is a deep cut. I love that.
Mhm.
Will be a Target exclusive, but again, Target exclusive haven't been the hardest things to find. Knock on wood. So we'll see. And Brian Brinks, calls out my Zorana from Amazon will be here Tuesday on the
Wow.
Zara front.
Yeah. I bet all these indie figures are going to start shipping now because the trailer's out. Like I think they wanted to get that in
Oh,
the back of everybody's mind,
yeah.
because these are all characters we've seen in previous movies. There's no
Mm-hmm.
spoilers here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they would want to get these out and then have enough time for the next wave that I'm sure would be
Yeah.
related to the movie.
Yep.
So they would want these off the shelf by the time
Mm-hmm.
the next wave is available.
Yeah. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Because the Ghostbusters is an example of like one that a toy line that tried to arrive or at least be released during the pandemic, exclusively during the pandemic. And you had like the OG 84 Ghostbusters, and that was it for like a year. And then you got the next wave.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I feel like this pre-order panic is this almost like counter correction to pandemic collecting, which is kind of weird to say, but that was our normal for a couple years, right, John?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so in a world where all we could do was pre-order and hope for the best, and maybe we'll see it in a year or two, it's now almost going the opposite way now, where it's going to arrive a lot quicker. And the rules and everything that we built up to Toy Collect during the pandemic, which had a lot of loop or hoops to jump through, I should say. I feel like that is, I don't know, that's the thing that toy collectors are facing right now, and this pre-order deluge that have hit everybody is part of that change, part of that going to hopefully, ideally, again, knock on wood, a post-pandemic toy collecting world.
Yeah. I do still think, even though we're at this tail end of this, it's going to have a major catch up. Everything, we're seeing it right now. Everything is just all of a sudden showing up. Whatever has been sitting in shipping containers or in the warehouses waiting to get on a container.
Yeah.
I still think, the future of collecting is still going to be online. I think retail is going to be super limited. Because they're the days of the Targets and the Walmarts getting in multiple cases of every wave. That's done. It's like they get one case of that wave. That's it. If you're lucky enough to find it when they put it out, that's you had a good day. But if you really want it, it's going to be ordering it, whether it be through Hasbro Pulse or any of the online retailers, doesn't matter. But I think this will be, like the clearing of the international shelves. And it sets that new standard of this is how it's going to work from now on. Because all the stuff that is showing up on on our doorsteps are also showing up at the retailer doorsteps, at the Target and the Walmart warehouses, ready to go out. But then it's a clean slate, sort of. The ordering system is back in place. The arrival system is back in place. It just resets everything post pandemic living. But then it's also going to set the new standard. That's what I think. This will be the at Walmart, it's probably that collector section that has NECA and Funko and all that will probably end up being combined with Boys Action. And and Target with their collector section will probably go the same way. And at some Targets, they have that creeping into the Boys Action.
The one across the street from us over here, it's kind of split. Like part of the NECA section's over by the DVDs or whatever. And then the other half of it is right next to the boy aisle, if you will, or at least the older boy aisle. And yeah, that's a really good point. It's a really good point. Let's see. Chain Guns Dusty production code on the box is 228, day of 2022. So August 16th to Canada in less than 4 months. So
wow,
that's fast, right? Production to on shelves. 4 months. That seems fast. I don't know. Again, whatever was normal for the past 2 years or whatever is not going to be the normal going forward.
Right.
And I think there was a couple of chats here that I do want to plus in that kind of relate to that. We also had a super chat, so I don't want to miss that. Again, thank you whoever sends in a super chat. It's always appreciated. I'm so thankful for it. Levi Hampton, a $2 super chat. Love you guys. Part of my weekly watches. Thank you so much for being a part of this, Levi. I ran 3G. Is this the end of future J problems? Now is current J problems? I gotta admit, my collecting habits have to shift, right? Because I got 6 months or I got a year. I don't have to worry about it. So I got plenty of time to make that money. But but yeah, I think the paradigm has shifted, and I think because of that, I don't know. At least, and I think somebody else said, okay, does this mean the prices should be coming down now? Because And again, inflation is still high, right?
Mhm.
It's still historically high, but it's kind of coming down a little bit. It came down, I think, last month. You're seeing it now. Like I don't know if you have been in the stores recently, John, but it's just like we were just at Target today,
Mhm.
and they just have like little moving carts in like the toy section, just full of toys. Or if
Yep.
you're in the food section, there's like extra carts just full of just food. Like there's the there's so much merchandise that's now just sitting,
Yep.
which then means if it's not being bought, it's going to be discounted.
Mhm.
And I think we're seeing that because last week we did our Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal hunts or whatever. And how many recently released figures were being sold far less than retail price?
Mhm.
So if there is the way the pre-orders have hit everybody so hard, the collector might shift to be like, well, I'm just going to wait until, I see it, or I'll wait till maybe it's going to be discounted. So because of that, because of this deluge, John, do you see prices coming down, or is that a thing where, it's Pandora's box? Once you open that up, the toy companies will never want to like lower it again.
Um, I think the like retail prices on figures will stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think the secondary market is going to see a greater decrease. And like specifically for things that are like army builders. And I've noticed it recently with Cobra Bats and Alley
Mm-hmm.
Vipers
Yeah.
from Classified,
Yeah.
where like when those first hit and everybody wants to army build them, they were like $50 for a bat,
Mm-hmm.
on the secondary market.
Yeah.
And like as as the time goes by, they start to get cheaper and cheaper. And
Mm-hmm.
now like bats are going for like 15 to $20.
Yeah.
And same with Alley Vipers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, now the retail prices on those are 23 to $25 depending on where you find it
Yeah.
still, but then the secondary market is lower. And
Yes.
I think they made multiple cases of those figures where now there's solid case packs of those figures showing up at,
Yeah.
Big Bad and everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think it's going to be like case by case of whatever that specific item is.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a peg warmer,
Yeah.
but just something that somebody just army building or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's, if it's something that they just don't make enough of,
Mm-hmm.
like a say something that like a figure that's just desirable for most collectors, like a scare glow,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
he's obviously just more popular. If they
Yep.
made one amount of him and never went back
Yeah.
in production, y- you know. So I think it's always going to be a case by case, just like it
Mm-hmm.
has always been.
Yep.
But I don't think retail prices are going to drop. Like I don't think we will see Origins figures at 14.99 again. I think they'll stay at
Mm-hmm.
17.99.
Yeah.
And the same with like 6-inch Hasbro figures. I think they'll stay where they are. I think the
Mm-hmm.
only thing that will kill the that driving purchasing power for Hasbro
Mm-hmm.
is their ridiculously priced 3 3/4 scale figures.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like those deluxe sets or box
Yeah.
sets where, oh well, he came with a ice cream maker, so that's an extra $12 because he
Yeah.
has a new accessory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's like the one case where they're gonna have to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Um, yeah, and Jack Ashman 55. January clearance sales is gonna be bonkers. One of my Walmarts is loaded with trailers of unstocked merch. But and so that's where I think, to your point, of just like maybe retailers or the people creating these toys may not lower the price, but secondary market's gonna be the true market, right? Like
Mhm.
that's what collectors, toy buyers are willing to pay
Right.
on a free market. And so I think that's we've seen that for a while now, where the prices have increased, and if the demand's not there, the true free market is showing, oh well, this is actually worth less.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
And this is the thing that actually will kill the line.
It will.
because the retailer or the store that had to buy it at face value from the company, from the creator, if and then they can't make that back because now there's a glut of it, and it's being sold on clearance.
Yeah.
When there's a reset or what's going to happen post Christmas,
Yeah.
is they're going to try and put all the stuff on the shelf, and people just aren't buying like they had been pre-Christmas.
Yeah.
Those are the line killers.
Yep. Because then people won't. The retailers won't they won't
retail
order
won't-
anymore. So
they won't order anymore. Because they're like, well, we broke even on $1 million of product.
Unless you're like direct to consumer or something, then
Right.
Another super chat here from Mike Hex. Thank you so much, Mike Hex. $5. Always check out Hasbro's eBay, Hasbro Toy Shop. They dump all kinds of good stuff there. Fortnite 112 boat was only $50 shipped before tax. Good tip there, Mike. Thank you. Matt Bush, my Target and Walmart's have so many pallets of boxes in aisles. Don't know how the 88 or Farmers aren't shutting down. That's a fair point, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think, again, even just my make sure it was just in that Target, but from an ADA perspective, like it's just enough room to like get a single cart through. Like it's not you can't go double wide,
Right. Yeah, my Walmart's the same way. It's stacked all the way through the aisles.
So the again, that's where I'm just now like a lot of these things. I'm not especially not Target because their pre-order is terrible. I'll just see if I can find it in person. Joey, buy anything, get 2 free superpowers. I think what did I hate on? Somebody had superpowers on their list of like peg warmers of the year, and it hurts my soul a little bit, but they're plentiful. Is that a bad thing? I don't necessarily know.
My Walmart has sold through quite a bit of the superpowers. Like they had they got that display in like everybody got, and then they had like the other cases, the initial cases. And then when they got that display, it had no Green Lanterns in it. And I remember I couldn't find a Green Lantern. And then they got cases of Green Lanterns. Almost everything is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some because they reissued or restocked the bat wings after they had adjusted the prices back, to $30 or whatever from $20. But I think superpowers is still doing well.
I think so. It's a good point because I see them selling, but they're just really stocked, which again is just like just old fashioned toys. Like that's how.
And they're $10.
And they're cheap. They're so cheap. I just want the next wave to come out. It's like I got this already.
Superpowers. What's happening with superpowers in stores is what happened through the 80s for every toy line.
Exactly.
It was just always there.
Ollie's is definitely, if you have them, great destination. Lucha Johnny, I was late, so maybe this was covered. What's with places putting things on clearance like a week after release? Have we talked about that yet? I think it does kind of relate with what we have been talking about, where there's just so much stock. They just need to get stuff out. They need to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Right. And there is this, from at least from my mindset, it's like I think a lot of others, just like, well, it's gonna wait, like I did the video of my last wave of TMNT Ultimates. It's like I don't think it's worth the $55 anymore, especially on secondary market when it's so cheap. And lo and behold, Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. I picked up Scratch and Sewer Surfer and Mikey for 30 something bucks. That saved me over $40.
Yep.
And they just came out. Like Wave 6 just started hitting. So, I think for a lot of collectors, at least if you're trying to, make your dollar go farther, I think that's where we're going to be. Black Star Ninja, do you have any thoughts on the dork site situation? We talked about it last week. We talked about, I think it was an employee posted or a former employee or something like that. And we gave it a lot of grain of salt because you never know. It's an employee, like maybe they have a bone to pick or something like that. But at least just, hey, be aware. This should be true of any place you put your money in. don't put it to where you could lose it, or if it is, hopefully it's something, if you lose it, it's not going to be the end of the world. Hell, it's same with like investments on the stock market or something. Like, don't, protect yourself always. But John, another development in that did arise with 4 Horsemen no longer selling or I guess being canceled from them. So Toy Bro posted this, a little more credence on the Dorkside situation. This was posted by 4 Horsemen sales director. If you ordered Legions at Dorkside, it's just tracking them down elsewhere. So here was the post. So Jeremy said this. I know a number of people have questioned what is happening with Dorkside Toys based on rumors they have seen. I do not have details on the nature of their business or their plans, but I can report that they are no longer one of our retail partners, and they have asked for their All-Star 5s order to be canceled. Anyone who placed a pre-order for All-Stars 5 with Dorkside Toys, please be aware that they will not be receiving any stock from us, as they have asked it to be canceled. Again, this is all the information I have at this time, but I did want to convey this information since we have been asked about it a few times. So again, I appreciate Jeremy being very responsible in the post, saying, I don't know anything of the other things, but this is specific to what I do know, that will not be selling these anymore. So, this isn't as fun as the panic meter on a Hasbro posting, because, Dorkside, I'm assuming they have employees, all that kind of stuff. Like, and people have orders. People's livelihoods and monies are at stake at so many different sides. So I don't think it's something to make light of or to have a jest in. But John, like what level of concern does, we had the former employee post, and now we have this. What should collectors be feeling one way or another?
I think it gives the original post, a little bit more validity. And I mean, like they said, if you have orders with them for this specific series and they're suggesting to cancel, I would cancel, because they're saying, frankly, we're not going to send them the product, so they can't send it to you. They've asked, Dorkside asked for Horsemen Studios to cancel the orders. It wasn't for Horsemen saying, there's a lot of whatever going on, we're not going to work with you anymore. Dorkside reached out to them and asked them to cancel. Yeah. So I think that adds a little bit extra, this is all legitimate.
They were requesting it to be canceled.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, the writing's probably on the wall that it's, going to get downsized. And I would say if you have orders and you can cancel, I would cancel. And, in our Discord, people were saying that they had orders and had open cases with PayPal because they paid with PayPal, and that was getting worked through. So, it's going to have to be.
And they're still shipping things as well, though. Like, I think people are saying Valaverse has been shipping.
But that seems to be the only thing shipping.
Yeah. Yep. So, I think, I think you're right, John. I think it's make sure whatever you have, if anything's tied in, and especially if toy makers are saying, hey, it's not even going to be there, don't do it. Yeah, absolutely. Cancel it. And I agree with this, though, with design in case. I think Dorkside needs to make a valid statement. Otherwise, if they're better managed than Megalopsis, I'm not seeing it. I think design in case hits the nail on the head.
Yep.
Dorkside just needs to come out and say something and be honest. Right? Yeah. I don't think we've heard anything from them directly other than, statements by former employees. We get a little bit of context that Dorkside requested to cancel this order. Like, 4 Horsemen stuff's not going to be on there anymore. So if this isn't true, say something. If it is true, say something.
Right.
And the fact that they're not saying something, I think almost
the silence makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Because I think did Chris, I think, do you get got like a Boba Fett helmet? I'm thinking maybe somebody else I saw on the Discord, but they're still selling stuff and sending stuff. So I would think it would be in their best interest to just be honest, be like, hey, we are seeing some struggles, the PayPal thing, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that we know we are getting. We have paid for them and they are being shipped. We can fulfill these. And these are the things that it's not going to happen. Let's cancel the orders or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like, or, I don't know. Just there's a bit of transparency that's missing here. And this is when you start to have little bits and pieces. And then us as toy collectors, and a lot of toy collectors that were left holding the bag after the Megalopolis situation are weary and are concerned.
Mm-hmm. For good reason.
Yeah. So Odin, they're only giving refunds in store credit from what I've been seeing. But again, for those of us that had Toys R Us store credit, that's only good as long as they're still around. So, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. Dolphin, superpowers are pegworms because Jay and John hyped them so much that McFarlane listened. Oh God. Josh Ruth, the Dork Side exclusive Valiverse figure has skyrocketed in value. Much like the Toys R Us Jeffrey pop. Again, I don't want to make too much light of this, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know anybody at Dork Side. I have no connection to them whatsoever. But I feel like some transparency I think will go a long way.
Yep.
So yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, actually, no. Toy collectors can be, anybody on the internet can be really, we're just talking about how people are upset that things are coming quicker instead of slower. But, so we can be persnickety, but I don't know. I feel like there's a sense of if you're honest and you're saying what's up, I feel like I would respect that.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they say, if it says in stock on the website, you'll get it. But if it's there and it says pre-order or they just have to say everything that we don't have is getting removed from the website, and we'll run through it as much as we can until we're left with peg warmers that we know we're not going to move, then that's it. We're closing it.
Yep. Agreed. And I feel like you maybe get more sales that way because then people have confidence and be like, this is what they do have. Maybe this is what discount or whatever, versus this kind of like, what's going on? We don't know what's going on.
Right.
Phineas Bogg, if superpowers peg worm and fail, no harm, no foul. McFarlane never admitted to the line's existence in the first place, right? It's a fair point. Speaking of this, John, I didn't say the light goal for today because at the toy swap we went to today, there's a friend of ours that has tons of Mythic Legions figures. And we'll talk about this next. Talk about the Father Christmas. But as part of the Figure Obscura line, I have the Headless Horseman. I thought I was going to sell it, but now I did pre-order that order the Santa Claus. So while I was there, this person had the Krampus figure, the original one from last year. And they also had, ahead of the sales street date, the red Krampus Figure Obscura, which I don't think is available until tomorrow. So if we get 350 likes tonight, I will do a review tomorrow of a versus last year's Krampus versus this new Krampus that is dropping tomorrow. I will release a video. The thumbnail will be like this. Something like that. But
you should do half your face red.
Yeah, exactly. Half red, and I think this one's black, red and black. So if we hit 350 likes, and this is tomorrow, literally. This is the beauty of this is my job for right now. This will be my thing tomorrow. I will do a versus comparison unboxing, dual unboxing of last year's Krampus and this new Krampus as we prepare for the arrival of Father Christmas from the Four Horsemen Figure Obscura line. Is still sealed, ready to rock and roll. So hit that like button, people. 350, and it'll drop tomorrow by 3 or 4, somewhere around there.
How many likes we got right now?
I don't know. I'll have to look. Don't paint your face black. It'll be half and half 16-bit. Goodness. What's that wrestler? Isn't he like is it Kane?
Yeah, Kane. Is it Kane? I think so.
My wrestling knowledge kind of ends at like 97.
Mm-hmm. Oh, mine's way before that.
But yeah, we're at 200 likes already, so 350 likes tomorrow. Krampus v Krampus will drop on the channel. I'm excited for it because I still never opened the Headless Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I got the Santa Claus and these Krampuses, my Santa review is going to be epic. Even though there are already some fantastic reviews of it on the YouTubes. But anywho, okay. Speaking of that Santa Claus, John, thoughts on where is it at? Here, where's it here? Yeah. The latest Figure Obscura being old Mr. Father Christmas.
This is a really nice looking figure. I did not order it. It's just not for me, I think. If I'm going to spend, like $80
did you mute?
Did I mute?
Am I the one not hearing him, or can you guys hear him?
Can you not hear me? Hello? Anybody?
I can't hear you, John. If you can hear me, I can't hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I see you, but I can't hear you. Is it just me? Am I alone in this?
Nobody's talking in the chat.
You hear John and Jay, so it's just me. Okay. Don't worry, everybody. I'm going to leave and come right back. John, you keep
I'll wax poetic about Father Christmas.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. Oh, I'll be right back. Leaving. There we
go. All right. I did not order the Santa Claus figure. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but for like $80 with shipping, I kind of want a figure that I want out all year. I don't know if that makes sense. You could keep him out all year, but for $80, I mean, I'm going to keep the Headless Horseman out the entire year, but he kind of fits in on the horror shelf with, the Universal monsters. I'm getting text now that people can hear me. But for the Santa Claus, even though it's a great sculpt, everything about it, the accessories, the tree, it is really nice for a Christmas figure, because there really isn't that many Christmas figures. But I don't know. That's a lot to drop for. Santa is horror. I'd rather spend $80 on something else. A Keklar stand-in, that it would probably make a pretty good Masterverse Keklar. Make a little hat for him. Is Fresh Monkey Fiction coming out with a Santa? But I wasn't expecting a Santa at all for the Figure Obscura line. I was more so expecting the next one would be either Cupid or like a creepy leprechaun. Since those are sort of in the order of Figure Obscura, I wasn't expecting Santa Claus because he's just more wholesome, not so obscura. But I think if they did a Cupid, that would be good for Valentine's Day with a crazy like heart pierced arrow. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I
Okay.
switched the audio source or something. What can I just say, John? I was playing it while I dipped out and was restarting my computer or whatever. I got a new song for you, John. You ready?
Yep.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. Come on, it's Christmas, John.
But
and we finally got a cool Santa Claus.
But there's 100 cool Santa Claus decorations. There's millions of cool Santa Claus decorations of.
But are they action figures? Can they action figure, John?
I think $80. Which
it's
would
$60.
Yeah, but shipping and everything. You got to figure that.
All in was Colleen's not here, I don't think.
Okay.
$70.
I think are you going to keep him out in your collection all year? Or will you put him away so that when you take him out at Christmas time, it's like that feeling of, decorating for Christmas. It's special.
I don't know. I just know that I have lived my whole life. And you're not a religious person, but damn it, I love Christmas. And I've never had a Santa Claus action figure. And now the 4 Horsemen have given us it with cloth goods and little stitching and cool paint and stuff. And, I
think I was just not excited for him in the way that, like when you came on, I was saying I wasn't expecting a Santa Claus coming in the Figura Obscura line because he's not so obscure. No, he's not like Obscura. He's Santa Claus. Like I thought, because, it went, Krampus was first.
Sure.
And then Headless Horseman.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought the next one would either be like a really creepy Cupid for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Or like a little demonic leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day.
I don't, maybe you just want to just not have to be scared all the time, John.
But I'm not scared.
I'm not saying you're scared. I'm just saying maybe for those of us that don't like horror as much and just want a cool looking Father Christmas.
Is that the dividing line?
I think it may be. I think it may be. Let me post on the super chat here. Speedy Anchovy, you guys and Joel, way overhyped superpowers. They are terrible and not even close to the original. Big fan. Thank you, Speedy. Thank you for the super chat. Futurama Santa. I want all the Santas just because I don't know. It is first world issues here. I think that's great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sue. Can we bring my Christmas loving husband back? Breaking news. John hates Santa. You heard
I
it
don't
here.
hate Santa. I just don't want to spend that much money on a Santa action figure that will get put away for 10 months out of the year.
It's a designing Santa Claus is pretty scary. He can get everywhere and 24/7 monitoring to rival the NSA.
Maybe if it was like a specific Santa.
Okay.
Like a like a Tim Allen Santa Claus Santa or a what was it? I'm blanking on his name. From Elf.
Yeah.
Who played Santa? I can't think of his name.
I forget. Whatever. Someone
chat,
in the
chat will get it.
And Roberto Suarez, I like this. Father Christmas is a character in the Chronicles of Narnia. He's a legit fantasy character. Ed Asner there.
Ed Asner. Yep.
So, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's neat. He's got like a little Santa hoodie. Look, that's just a good ass beard.
I know. He comes with the crook. He's got a couple of wreaths, a drum.
He's got a trumpet. rocking the Satchmo trumpet. Mug PJs in the cart and sold out. So yeah, this is still available. So John, maybe because these Figura Obscura figures, say that 5 times fast, have sold out. I think the Horsemen sold out like midday the following day, right? It was a weekend thing as well.
Yeah, yeah, they did 2 sales on the Horsemen.
So maybe the fact this is still available, and this is cheaper than the Horseman was, I think, because I came with a horse because he's a horseman. This one's still available. So maybe I'm more in the because there's I think people mentioned the Fresh Monkey Fiction. There's like a zombie Santa and like a regular Santa. So there's cheaper options for Santa Claus. I get it. But Violent Night. I'm excited. That's this weekend, wasn't it? I know Colleen.
Did it come out yet?
I thought
or was it next weekend?
I thought it was this weekend. Maybe it's next weekend. But that looks awesome. Like we are going to see that movie. And I just your wife gave you permission to buy it and said no. Come on. But I do think this is high quality. I just the cloth goods look incredible. I mean, it just looks like a freaking good Santa Claus.
It's nice. It's nice.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. It's scary, John. It can work in your horror-minded ways. Nick Dillinger, I want Lee Majors from Scrooge rescuing Santa. I haven't watched Scrooge yet. That's on my list. Oh, but John, I did watch Spirited.
Oh, what'd you think?
Loved it.
Isn't it good?
It was great. I won't spoil anything. I know Ralph's gonna get ticked for talking screens.
It makes me want Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds to team up in every other movie.
Yeah,
like they're great together.
They're really good. And it was a good Christmas movie. It had a good it was fun.
Yep.
Robert 67, you don't have to explain it, Jay. I bought one too, and I'm the Grinch year round. See, there you go. We just got to find a way to melt your icy heart, John. So getting just the Figura Obscura line prevents a collector from getting sucked down the Mythic Legions rabbit hole. I think this is the lane I'm gonna be in, John, for Horsemen. I'm gonna be in this Figura Obscura and just blinders on to the Mythic Legions because it looks incredible. I don't have room for it. I don't have money for it. So don't do it. Don't do it. So anyway, we'll have to see. But I get it. I get what you're saying, John. I'm just giving you some crap.
I get it. I know. It's okay.
Speaking of John, Dole, and myself way overhyping the McFarlane Superpowers figures, and I feel like Dole has been screaming at the screen since we've been taking some heat for it. This showed up on Canal dos Rios Mineiros. Did you see these mock-ups of He-Man and Skeletor Superpowers figures?
I did. I seen these yesterday, and they look. We need these now.
Yes.
Like, don't just. I hate when I find a mock-up, and Toy Otter is like the king of mock-ups.
He is,
and everything that he does, it's that. Why can't this just happen?
Yes.
And now somebody else has done it, and these look fantastic.
But they did such a good job because they. Much like, a friend of the channel, Toy Otter has done really just captures that superpowersness in the sculpt.
Yep.
These do it perfectly. Like even the way they did the paint on the eyes and the hair. They just look so cool. Like I got the reaction, the Super 7 reaction, the He-Man. I got a few of those figures when they were being released, they were fun. But this is what I really want.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, there's been some other attempts. There's been like custom figures made of like 3 3/4 or 4-inch Masters figures,
Mm-hmm.
you kit bashing with G.I. Joe stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they never look right.
Yes.
These figures,
Mm.
man, this is what would have happened if Kenner got the Masters license.
I know. And that's where the thing is, like, okay, you couldn't brand it like this, right? Because Hasbro, so that's not gonna happen. But I don't know, Mattel, if you're watching, and I know some of y'all do sometimes. So just do this.
Yeah. Do
Hire
it.
whoever, find out whoever designed these.
Get a 5th Masters line going.
Or just do like I don't know. Maybe like sub it out to somebody else. Just do it.
Do it.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. John, I am for one pretty excited for the Club Obi-Wan Indiana Jones. And this is reloading now. I don't have to read Twitter's. I'm not going to comment too much about Twitter, but
I don't think you need to.
no,
We
but you
don't
can
know.
tell there's like 4 people left working there because crap barely works now. But
Somebody's coding it right now to get it back
like,
working.
like whoop whoop, trying to load the tweet.
Elon is behind him just yelling.
Oh, here we go. This is great. Perfect. Boom. But yeah, they showed this picture showed the back of the goodness, showed the back of the box. But this deepest cut in indie toy line ever. He comes with the skewer from the Club Obi-Wan scene. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
This figure looks awesome, man. This looks good.
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it, but when Yakface posted it, it said that there are some in-hand reviews on YouTube already.
Well, I'll admit it right now. I generally, if somebody else gets a review out earlier, I won't watch any reviews. And if I plan to do a review, I won't watch the review. And you do the same thing. You don't want to watch a review until you have it in hand.
Yep.
Because I don't want it to frame the at least my thoughts or even I don't want to like accidentally say something that was really similar to somebody else saying something. So I really try to keep it. Don't look at anybody else until I've done mine. Then I'll watch everybody else's reviews. Jay loading Twitter with a 14. Seriously, I have gig speed internet. I'm getting 930 down, 930 up right now. Fiber optic in the house. So yeah, just Twitter. Twitter sucks. But luckily, I've never got a Geek Dad Life at Twitter account because somebody else had that name. But now I don't have to worry about it too much, so it's fine. It's gonna be okay. John, LA Comic Con, not a lot of toy companies, but Jada Toys did show up, and they showed off their new General Mills Boo Berry action figure to go along their Frankenberry and Count Chocula. I know the Halloween cereals are some of the most popular. I haven't gotten. I think the other two are available for pre-order on Entertainment Earth or something like that. But I gotta say, I kind of like the idea of cereal mascot toy line.
Yeah, the Frankenberry has been. I know he's been out for a while. Because our friend James has had him at a few shows.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And in hand, they look really cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're in stock.
I mean, Boo Berry, if he is the same price as Frankenberry and Count Chocolate, it's kind of like the Snarf situation of he's the same price as the rest of the Ultimates. Where he should probably be half the price.
Yes,
he's got like a third of the articulation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these figures look super cool.
Yep. Yeah, I'm here for it. Nick Dillinger, serial mascots and Hanna-Barbera characters as bobbleheads is how Funko blew up.
Yep.
But it's just like, give me them all. Give me Tony the Tiger. Give me Captain Crunch. Like, whatever you got to do, however you get that license sorted out. And even the deep cuts like Fruit Brute and was it Yummy Mummy? Yeah, Yummy Mummy. I think Yummy Mummy out of all of them is my favorite, which is so hipster because I think they've only re-released it like once. So that's such a hipster statement. So I'm sorry I said that, but because that was in the 80s. I don't know when it came out. I was like, actually, this one's my favorite, and like, of course, it's the one they haven't re-released since. Phineas Bog, the Snarf situation.
I can say with 100% confidence, I've never eaten any of these cereals.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Now I see why you hate Santa Claus. You just never turned in.
Mr. On Frankenberry hates Santa Claus.
But yeah, I don't know. I just mascots. Give me all the mascots. I'm here for it. Give me the Hanna-Barbera. Like there are a lot. This right here, Gray Fox. I want the McDonald Land characters. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All we've had are those kind of Mego style Remco figures, right? They re-released those, I think, at one point. Give me, nicely sculpted ones like these. Which I know McDonald's is like, oh, we can't market to kids like that anymore. We already got a generation of people hooked to us. We're fine.
We're doing fine. We're doing fine. How crazy it went with those Halloween buckets.
I got a stack of them right here. No, I'm kidding. Ooh, the McNuggets by Hot Toys. Maybe not Hot Toys, but give me some McNuggets, man. Yeah.
Especially if they came with those outfits. Like the hat and the different legs and everything.
Yeah. Was a huge Mac Tonight fan, but then white supremacists took that one and ruined it. But maybe that enough time has passed on, so it could just be Mac Tonight again. But yeah, just give me them all. Grimace, give me like the weird evil Grimace with like 4 arms, and give me like Happy Grimace. Mayor McCheese.
But if they did that, they would need to make a play set of the original McDonald's playset, where like Mayor McCheese was like it was like the big head with like the bars on it. Do you remember that? That you climb up the middle?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I could never, it'll never happen, but like if I could happen upon that the cop, was it Big Mac Burger? What was who had the bars? That's what you're talking about, right? Where you
I thought that was Mayor McCheese.
I thought it was the cop one. Big Mac cop, whatever because I remember he had the big blue cop hat. Because it was bars when you were inside his mouth. So it's kind of like you were in jail. But John, if I somehow was driving alongside the road and it was sitting there and it had a for sale sign on it, you best believe I would be buying that and it would be in my backyard.
Up to the top of the van.
Absolutely. I'll go rent a truck. I don't care. Officer Big Mac. That you climb up to the middle and like how much time I spent in that thing. I would love. There is a like a, what do they call them? Like a startup space where startup companies come in and work together. But they have the head of that Officer Big Mac, and they have it like hanging like in their lobby.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's the Underground in Durham, or the Underground Durham. But they kind of converted an old bank safe room into like this like shared workspace thing. Yeah, Officer Big Mac. Boom. Man, what's with the sex bots are coming out in horde. Anyway.
Did they at least give us a like?
They should at least give us a like. Where are we at? How are we doing on our like? Let me check real quick. 350 is the goal. We're only at 230, and there's 530 people watching right now. everybody, you must just not want me to do this Figure Obscura review. So I'm glad I spent money on these today. Colleen, look away.
Am I getting an echo? Do you hear that?
I am not hearing an echo.
Okay, I hear it big time.
You do? I'm
Yeah.
not hearing it. You're fine.
Let me jump back out and jump back in.
Okay. And if you're hearing, but my audio is all weird tonight, so I apologize, people. But I'll get started on this last thing real quick. Where is it? Here we go. Boom. Let's see. John, is there still an echo?
Nope. Gone.
All right, now we're good. Okay. Joshua, stop hating Christmas and give a like. Must be Santa giving a subtle hint to get with the program.
I guess I'm gonna have to buy Santa Claus.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, we're at 266. Come on, get those likes in, people. John, we got some more Thundercats. With Thundercats Wave 7, the Reptilians. We got Warrior, Brute, and Guard. I know a lot of people were excited to get these. For me, these are an easy pass. But I think for those that want army builders, and I think, you know, for people that have had critiques about the line, the Scythe is pretty overall well regarded.
Yeah. I mean, like that Scythe was like top figure for a lot of people last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
there's a lot of reuse though.
Yeah, a lot of reuse. Not for me, but I really don't remember these characters from the cartoon. I don't have enough memory of the cartoon for most of the characters.
Yeah.
So I only can go by like what was already made for figures from LJN. But I mean, the Scythe figure is a great figure. So I imagine all these will be, you know, just as good.
Yeah. Lucha Johnny, I'm not army building $55 Ultimates figures. Insane to army build Ultimates. But the thing is with this, like, again, there's just a wait and see. Like, maybe these will be really heavily discounted. The Mausers, which nobody wanted to pay $55 for, you can get those for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, even foot soldiers.
Yeah. So I think it's just wait and see. Just a heads up, everyone typing the sex word is making your comments get held for moderation. I need to get more moderators on this channel because Colleen's the only one, and I don't really want her watching this at all times. Thundercats 85 $5 super chat. I think these guys are a fun addition to the line, but a 3-pack would have been more fun. More importantly, where are Wily Cat and Wily Kit and Wily Cat?
I would say if you're waiting for the kitties, just buy the Mattel ones.
Yeah, I mean, are those really expensive though? Like secondary market?
I don't think they'll be any more expensive than Ultimates.
Yeah.
What Ralph said. I like what Ralph said. I'm army building Super 7 hands.
Yes. Oh, we all are. We all are, Ralph. I just need to pool all of my hands together and just have and get like a jar.
Get a jar.
Jar of hands. I'll just put it right here.
And then you can have a contest of like, you know, you count the jelly beans.
Yes.
Guess the hands.
John, I love that idea. Yes. Count the hands in the jar. Oh my god. That's a good point. As a producer, Charlie, maybe I'll get the producers on it. But $300. Whew.
Wow.
That's a lot. So maybe just wait. Don't buy that one. Unless you really want it, then you know what to do. Some people were upset I didn't look at the Street Fighter figures. Those look really good as well. And Mega Man.
Jada's putting these out, all this stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good for them.
Yeah, they look good. This was my guy, though, when I would play. He had that, the That move we put the arms really long.
Mm-hmm.
That was my move. Stump those hands. But they look really good. These look great.
Yeah, these do look good. Jade is going to be another, one of those sleeper lines that just comes out, shocks everybody.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yep.
For a company that really only made die-cast cars for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good for them.
And the Mega Man figures look great too. Like, So yeah, I think Jaded Toys, they're the only kind of toy company that showed up to LA Comic-Con, and I think they showed up well.
Yep.
And as Jay says, high hopes for the Street Fighter figures, especially at a $25-ish price point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who else is doing Street Fighter? Just Storm Collectibles.
Playmates had that Street Fighter.
Oh yeah,
Yep. Yeah, Jada Creature from Black Lagoon is really damn good. I want that Mega Man X. So yeah, I think another one on the come up because these look really good.
Yep.
Good. So kudos to them. All right, John, it's time. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about before we get to we need to stump you.
Nope. I got to redeem myself after last week.
Yeah, so I'll be curious to see how this one goes. Longtime Stump John contributor, Andrew.
Oh, I knew it was going to be Andrew. He's out to get me.
No, I don't know. There's only 3. And so really, and one of these, you're going to get it so fast. You're going to be fine.
Okay. So I'm at least 1 for 3.
At least. You're at least at 33.3333333%. But before we do that, I do want to solicit and say that you and I will be doing an after show for our patrons.
Mm-hmm.
All patron levels, $5 and above. So anybody that's a patron can join the After Dark show and watch the After Dark show live or see it after the fact. You and I were both at the NC Underground Toy Swap. We both have some. I already showed the Krampuses. I got those, but I got more. So we'll be talking about that tonight for GDL After Dark. Your lovely wife was there as well.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a ton of fun. So after this show, we'll be jumping on there for all of our patrons. It's a great time. It kind of blows my mind that 60, 70 people watch that live after we're done doing this. It's incredible. And Stanley's Toy Channel just became a patron. So welcome, Stanley's Toy Channel, to the Patreon. And then later this week, I'll be doing a live unboxing. Last week, I did a live unboxing of, do I have it here? I don't know if I have it. I do not. Oh, yeah, here we go. Of the Sergeant Slaughter and Dr. Mindbender. So a lot of fun stuff, a lot of great bonus content over on the Patreon for only $5 a month. It gets you all of that. And we have some other higher level tiers as well. We did a fun game night this Wednesday for our Patreon Plus and above. A lot of fun to be had. A lot of good community building type stuff. Okay. 289 likes. Let's go, people. You're running out of time. We're coming up to Stump John. It's the last thing of the episode. We're at 291. We've got 59 more likes to go. So get the
Not
like.
a lot of time. Not a lot of time to get those in.
350 is easy. And what do you get if at 350? I'm going to do a versus review of last year's Figure Obscura Krampus and this year's, or the one that's releasing tomorrow, Figure Obscura Krampus. So hit the like button. And if we don't, then I just won't review them and I'll just sell them. And then it's one less thing for me to do. It's a lot less. BTG asks, is Stu married to that Batman statue behind him?
That's just a big action figure. That's not a statue. That's one of the Jack's colossal figures.
Yeah, that's those are great. I remember when you got that at a toy show, right?
Yep. That was one that got away, that came back to the toy show.
Oh my God. Okay. John, are you ready?
I'm ready. I am ready. Let me turn
It's-
the comments off.
Turn them off. No cheating. No peeking. If Santa Claus sees you peeking, no presents. Does that happen to you, John? Is that why you hate Santa so much? Here we go. It's that time again. It's time to test John and his knowledge of all things toy accessories. Yes, he is known as a legendary master and authoritative figure in all things toy accessories. And we like to test him on that in a segment we like to call Stump John. So everybody, everywhere, all around the world, it's time to do what? It's time to Stump that John! Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I am ready.
I know last week wasn't great, but I think you're gonna do great. John's heart is two sizes too small.
Just because I don't want to buy a figure.
Swear to me you hate Santa, John. Ryan Dole, the only other person to play this game in its accessory form. Ralph does his own version on Screen Geeks. The pressure is real this game. Ryan Dole, who knows a lot about toys, if you watched our Playmates versus Toy Biz debate, knows a hell of a lot, owns a hell of a lot of toys, did terrible, was an offer. So it's not as easy as it looks if you're watching this at home right now. And no more yammering. Let's get to accessory in. John, first accessory.
That is Kenner Mask. I think it goes to the. Does that go to the Billboard Blast?
Boom! Well done, my friend. Getting it right off the bat. Nicely done. Okay. That's one.
Alrighty. Oh, Ghostbusters Firehouse.
Okay, yeah. That's the one I was like, you're getting that no matter what.
If I didn't get that, you're gonna kick me off.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, John, we can't do this anymore.
We are not friends anymore.
But these little railings have become pretty pricey accessories.
They have.
That's a good lot of moolah right there. And last piece.
It's hard to tell what that is. Is it like a centipede thing?
Yeah. This is the one I didn't think you would have a chance, but I'll give you,
Is it from Star Wars?
It is not from Star Wars.
Okay, it's not from Star Wars.
It is a 90s toy. And that's I guess that's the only hint, dog. And it's kind of from a play set. Those are your two hints.
Does it go to that game thing where like the skull head? I can't remember what that thing is called.
It's not like a board game or anything.
No, it's not that monster face thing.
No, I don't think so.
This goes to a play set.
Come Killer Abuser. It's the figure. It's from the Figura Obscura Father Christmas. That's why you don't get it. That's okay.
Man, a 90s play set.
Play set ish.
Play set ish.
That's part of the clue. Well, yeah.
Is it something from Mighty Max?
Yes.
Oh, damn. That was a real guess. I don't know. Okay, I won't know enough of the individual playset names. The only thing I can think of is that something island.
It is the Mighty Max Horror Heads Zomboid Bug.
Oh, so the horror heads, those are like the smallest ones, right? Those are
Uh,
like the smallest things that they made, I think.
yeah, those little ones, the itty bitty.
Mhm.
Let me see if I pull it up here. Which I had those too. I loved Mighty Max, mainly because I was so jealous when Polly Pocket came around. I was like, oh man, no fair. Girls get to have this sweet little play set thing you take with you in little figures. But then was it Bluebird made these or whatever? Like they very
Yep.
quickly
Yep.
made their own. Yeah, right here. This Zomboid, the zombie face one.
Is that series 2?
I guess. These are ideals. This must be like some foreign.
Those are like foreign release, I think.
Yeah.
Or they're like short packed in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think series 2 was really hard to find. The series 1, I think, has the Dracula head in it.
Well, no, I had this Nightwing. I had that one. Was that hard to find? I had that as a kid.
I'm fairly certain that this series is a little harder to find than series 1, than the Bluebird versions.
Mm-hmm. I know for sure I had this Bat Dude. I think I still have it somewhere. Comics. Mighty Max equals world record for losing all the parts and accessories the fastest. It's true. Relaxing almost at 350. Come on, we're at 332.
Oh, come on. Come
So
on,
close.
folks.
I mean, if you all don't want me to do this, that's fine. You vote with your likes. I thought it would be cool to do a side-by-side comparison because, to be honest, I don't know that much about these. This is kind of everybody says the Krampus is really cool. The red Krampus looks really cool, very demonic. It's more up John's alley. No wholesome Christmas here. So yeah, I'm excited to I would be excited to open these up, but
might not happen.
Might not happen. We're at 340, 10 away. Can it happen?
The people will speak.
They will. They will vote with their likes. And John, 2.5 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm pretty sure that was the first draft of the classic Meatloaf song. But then they thought that was a little too close to being perfect, so they dialed it back to 2 out of 3. Flash at 350. Jay takes the first job offer he gets, regardless of how crappy. Ooh, I don't know about that, Flash. I appreciate everybody's kind words. Like, I'm interviewing, the right role hasn't come around yet. Haven't gotten gotten an offer to a job that I want yet. So I appreciate everybody's support through all of that. I always find it's weird when you're being an employee because I want everyone to feel bad for me or like I'm some wounded animal or something. I'll be fine. Again, if it's still like if I'm here with like scraggly beard, like Robin Williams from Jumanji in like 6 months, then be worried. But working hard, everything's gonna be all right.
We'll notice the bitterness.
Yeah. It's like, damn, Jake got really dark.
He doesn't even want that Santa figure anymore.
He did a video just like lighting that Santa figure on fire. Exactly. Yeah, not gonna be wounded over a job. Indeed. I have a beautiful family, beautiful house, great friends. Nothing to be wounded about. We'll see when Jay starts day drinking. Yeah, dodge. I know, Mike. You just dodge the lamp. It's awful. Yeah, it sucks. That sucks for sure. But anyways, we are 353. Okay, I'm doing it.
That's it. Tomorrow, you got something to do tomorrow.
Tomorrow, my job, my job tomorrow, doing a versus unboxing of last year's Krampus and this new Krampus that's releasing tomorrow. Got an early lead on it. And then I'll be on the channel tomorrow. Make sure when you see it, hit the like button, share it if you could. And yeah, let's I want to put the patrons up here. Thank you to all of the patrons of the Geek Dad Life channel. Honestly, you all are what allow this to be my job while I try to find another job. So thank you to all of you that do contribute every single month, where it's $5 or more a month. And to all of those patrons, we will be doing our After Dark show right after this, where we will be talking about our toy hauls from the NC Underground Toy Show. We'll be talking about that. Some interesting, I don't know, I found some cool stuff, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, it's a Krampus miracle. Dueling Krampuses. Krampus Monday. My feelings are welcome. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Playa Metelje. I enjoy being a commentator from afar. I don't want to be in the sausage making process. Again, everybody, thank you all with your likes made the Krampus video possible tomorrow. Hope you enjoy it when it does drop on the channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe and that bell icon so you don't miss it. And to all of our patrons, we'll see you over there in the after show. To everybody else, we'll see you the next time we're here on Geek Dad Life. We did 3 Toy Geeks last week, so even if you're not a patron, plenty of things to hang out and have fun with. Thank you to all the GDL family members, and until next time, hasta luego. Yeah, I'm on Toy Connections on Wednesday.
Man.
There. So until then, hasta luego and goodbye. Take care, everybody.